Rachi.
Okay, welcome along here to the 50th Club Championships brought to you by NZCT. I'm Tim Cleaver, I'm here with Daryl Lewis.
How you going there, Timmy?
I'm good, we're currently watching the second game of the day on centre court, court 2. And we've got the Hawke's Bay Rugby Sports Club in the blue, playing the Harbour Raiders in black. What are you seeing going on here, Daryl?
I'm seeing a pretty dominant top seed team here in the pool playing a lower seed team. Bit of a jungle ball coming out of the Hawke's Bay Rugby Sports Club. 19-6. Bit of a pushover, but we'll see what happens in this next set.
Yes, first game of the tournament for both of these teams, so it'll be interesting to see how, well, a big swing put away by Alani Nicklin there in the middle. Be interesting to see how the teams start to gel, whether it's some first game nerves. I think this will be the first game ever at Club Championships for the Hawke's Bay Rugby and Sports Club.
Yeah, first game's always, you got your pre-game jitters, first nationals, so you're always going to have those jitters, so we're going to have to see what happens in the second set when both teams start to get used to the court and the surroundings. I would say it would be a closer set score. And
Daryl, you're a member of the Moral Warriors.
Yep.
How did you guys get on in the first game today?
Like you say, it was our first game, so we had the jitters the first set, but as soon as the second and third set came together, we started to gel and started to play some good volleyball against the
Capital Wolves?
Yeah, against the Capital Wolves. First time playing them in a while, so good to see some new faces against us rather than just the same old Northern Zone League.
Yeah, nice. So looks like the Hawke's Bay, I think we should start calling the Hawke's Bay Samoan team just to shorten their name a bit. They've made a sub there as Alani Nicklin goes back to serve, puts it into the net.
Alani Nicklin, New Zealand representative playing in Australia earlier this year. Specialist server, came on a couple of times for set point.
Yeah, so of course you're a member of that New Zealand team as well, Daryl. Good experience there, getting to play against some of the teams ranked in the top 20 in the world.
Yeah, great experience playing. The best teams were Australia and Japan. Playing against them was just such an experience and a big atmosphere.
And so that looks like it's going to bring up well, no, not quite a set point. We've got 23-8, so North Harbour comfortable in this first set. And we're going to try and learn some of these names. Me and Daryl haven't seen any of this Hawke's Bay Samoan team before, so we're going to learn a few new names. And we know Johan Timmer, number 7 from Raiders, making that kill. So as Libero comes on for the Hawke's Bay Samoan, he's number 11 is not listed on the team list that we've got, so we'll have to guess on that one. And number 10, Mia Liuluayali. How's that in the pronunciation? Yeah, gets blocked there, and so that's the first set to the Harbour Raiders.
We're looking for the Hawke's Bay Samoan team to be coming back in this next set. I would say it's going to be a closer set score around the 25 to mid-20 range.
Came to an end here. Okay, welcome back. Just saw the ad there for the National Beach Volleyball Tour 2018 coming into the summer, which is going to be a crucial bit of beach volleyball action as the New Zealand teams build up to the Commonwealth Games. Daryl, what's your pick on who's going to take the New Zealand men's spot at the Commonwealth Games?
I'd say the two O'Day brothers have got it pretty down packed, as long as the one of the brother Ben O'Day's shoulder stays intact. They've been training a lot over the winter, every Saturday, every Sunday, most days during the week, while most of us have just been working. But they seem to be in pretty good stead. Sam's off playing an Asia Tour, an event with player Sunny Hirini.
Yeah, they certainly are. So that they're going to be kicking off on the 6th of October, which is in a couple of days' time, in Japan, the Asian Tour there, and we've got 2 men's, 2 women's teams. And yeah, as you say, it's a lot of people are thinking it's going to come down to how Ben's shoulder recovers. I talked to him a few days ago, and he was pretty confident, pretty happy where it's at. So that will be, it won't be that our New Zealand tour qualifies the team, it'll be some separate events. So the 2 or 3 top teams will play some head-to-head games to decide who gets the New Zealand nomination. There is a possibility in the women's that one of our teams could take an automatic spot on the Atnicon games.
Yeah.
We do seem like we've got a bit of a delay here, hence why we're just rabbiting on. I'm not sure what's happening out on court.
Didn't mind that other view of the 2 commentators.
Yeah, I'm sure that got a lot of likes on Instagram. So we do have a new Volleyball New Zealand app.
Yes.
Potentially some of you people who are watching out there, I can see that there are over 40 people watching us, listening to us currently, Daryl.
Yeah,
That they would have downloaded the app, but if you are watching on a computer or you're going to be on the go, you can download an app both from the App Store and the Google Play Store, and that will not only give you all of this live streaming, but a lot of extra content.
Yeah. Some team lists, team results. It's got the link for the live stream.
Yep, absolutely. So we're back underway. Nice kill there by number 9. I'll let you.
Number 9. He also isn't listed either. He is Daniel Tulu, the big man. He looks about 6'7".
He certainly does. He's that'll be a feature for next year's app. We'll have to include players' height as he gets a big block as well.
Younger player Liam Anderson for number 10 for Harbour. They'll be looking to rest their bigger players for the up-and-coming games against these not as experienced teams, but we'll have to see what they've got to bring in the second set.
Yeah, so who's the setter they've brought on here in the second set?
New setter for Harbour. I'm not too sure of his name. We'll have to have a look for that.
Okay.
But we've seen him throughout the season. He's been playing some good volleyball, got some good smarts, and we'll be looking to see him dump the ball quite a few times.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of a fresh look up on the North Harbour side of the net. As you say, Liam Anderson coming in number 10, playing the outside hitter role. I guess he's studying in Auckland still. He's out of Rangitoto College last year, I believe.
Got number 6, Mania Harris. Looks like he's just rolling his serve in, keeping the shoulder fresh for the later games.
They're doing quite nicely, getting an ace there. So Mania was one of the players who was selected to go to Australia with you for that World Champs qualifying tournament, but unfortunately broke his toe and missed out with that injury there. Yeah, he would have missed out. It was a very good tournament. A lot of the boys were a bit chuffed that he wasn't there. He was a good asset to the team. We had only one really opposite, being Benjamin Glue. He had a large workload without Mania being there, but he'll be looking next year to, I presume, to get back in that team and do some damage. Yeah, so our setter for Harbour Raiders, the new setter on the court, is Jared Ferguson. So not a player I'm familiar with either, but obviously a pretty good player. They have been rolling out a lot of young talent in the last few years. Tom Hartle's the libero there. And Liam Anderson with the kill. So the player in red, of course, the libero, Tom Hartles. He's one of our Commonwealth Games hopefuls on the beach side. Him and Mike Watson are pairing up and getting off to China straight after this tournament. Play a World Tour event. As the serve goes long there from Mania Harris. And number 6, Malatai Ia going back to serve. Making the kill. Hawke's Bay will be looking to make a side out here and make a couple of service points to get them back in this game if they want to stick with the Harbour Raiders. Got Liam Anderson with the jump serve. Nice cut down the line there by Mania. So Harbour Raiders here are our #1 seeds for the tournament. Can you explain a little bit about how they got there, Daryl, in the Northern Zone?
Long Northern Zone League. The second place Mole Warriors, the team I play for, we had versed them 3 times in the Northern Zone season. We had beat them once, they beat us the last 2 times, which were the most crucial, which gave them the top seed for nationals. So that's the reason that they're up here in this pool.
Yeah, and I think the in the Central Zone, where Hawke's Bay Samoan team came through from, they were a 5-team Central Zone, and they ended up being the second team behind the Capital Wolves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big swing. Big swing by number 9, Daniel Tuolo.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting a majority of their kills there. I think they're on 4 points this set. I can remember he's killed the ball twice and got 1 block, so he's looking like being their weapon that the other teams are going to have to look out for. Nice dig by Tom Hardles.
We've got a net touch here. Players second ref MacGyver calls the net touch. Backed up by the first ref, Point Harbour. Number 2, Alani Nicklin back to serve. Looking for this one to go straight in the net again. Oh, great serve.
Yes, the reverse commentator's cursed there by Daryl Lewis. Calling for the fault, and he ends up with an ace. So what's the backstory there? Was Alani a little unreliable for the New Zealand team with his soft jump floats?
Sometimes it's soft jump float, sometimes it's a hard one. He was throwing some very good serves in Aussie. We got bring on for a set point serve and duffed it straight in the net, bringing it up to 25 points. But we came back and we won that set 28-26, which was our only set we won in Aussie. Yeah, like I say, there it is.
Oh, no, he saw the referee call the replay with the ball rolling onto court there, obviously. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there.
We'll be looking to see him serve this down the line. We'll see what he can do. Oh, he serves it out.
Yeah, you called the position, but he didn't get a good contact there. Yeah, I don't know. Not sold on his technique there. I think he needs to increase his range a bit more.
Nice serve there by Fitio Papu. Great swing there by Nick McCormick, finding that area in the middle of the court.
Was Nick McCormick on that team that went away with you guys, number 5?
Yep, Nick McCormick he came along, he was playing outside, did a good job when he came on, helped the team out. He was playing outside along with Johan Timmer and myself and Tom Hardles.
So it looks like number 2, Sam Liga, coming onto court there as a substitution for the Hawke's Bay Samoan. And he's going to be coming on to set for them here. There's Jared Ferguson, puts that one into the net. So things have tightened up a little bit here in the second set. We've got 12-7, but closer than the first set. I guess from Raiders' point of view, they've put a few new players onto court. And that's in, is it? That's an ace.
Corner pocket.
It's
number 10, Mia Lelulia. Looking to see him hit that deep pocket again.
Benai makes the pass and they send the ball to Keenan Hodge in the middle. And he does the damage there with a nice swing. I believe he's a Takapuna Grammar student still at school this year, so another young player. And we've also had a change in libero. We've got Reese Van Striprian, defending National Women's Club Championship coach. And he's thrown the playing uniform back on this year to help out the Harbour Raiders again.
Yeah, he's had to step up with the original libero Kyle Smith having to go to South Africa.
So with the live streams that we've got running here today and over the whole tournament, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and commentate the 3 afternoon/evening games each day, the last 3 games of the day, and we'll kind of just pick a court that we're going to do some commentary on. What we'll do is we'll put a push notification out on the app as to which court's going to be commentated. We'll leave what court we're going to do up to a bit of information on how the tournament's going, whether it's going to be a must-win game. Also, a little bit will depend whether we've got facilities, technologies to do every court, whether we can just do the current court we're on. And for the first 2 days, it's going to be myself, Tim Cleaver, doing the commentary and getting a few of these players along. And for the last 2 days, you're going to be in for a real treat. We've got Tame Malcolm coming down. You spent a bit of time with Tame Malcolm. Daryl, what are you expecting to come out of his commentary?
Oh, well, you'll be expecting bumps in here, there on the microphone. He'll be getting excited. He'll be tossing his turning. He's an ex-Moa volleyball player. He was with us when we won the title last year, taking it back to Mount Maunganui. Looking to do it again for the Moa Warriors without Tame.
Yeah, so a bit of a new look lineup in the Marwol team this year.
Yes.
How's the team vibe? You're still confidence high?
Confidence is high. Coaches are trying a couple of different positions for different players. I'm sure that will be sorted out soon with how we are going.
Yeah. Well, you've got Griffin Muller back. Didn't have him last year. What do you think his key role is?
Yeah, Griffin was away in Mexico last year, but he's come back and he's given our team a new look with a different setter after Poranga Mauranga did a good job last year. He's just given us a different look. Yeah, he's a good asset to the team, good block, great set, and just another bit of an older player to keep those young guns in line.
Yep.
Keenan here to serve again for the Harbour Raiders with a score of 18-9, so we've had a bit of a push here by the Raiders, looking for the Hawke's Bay team to make a slide out here to keep in it. Great cut shot there.
Yeah, nice little cutty. Bit of a beach skill. Might need to get some beach tournaments happening down in the Hawke's Bay. Some of those boys into that.
Good to one number 5.
Nice big block there by number 9, Daniel Tulu.
Number 5, Fayaville, serving again for Hawke's Bay.
That's quite a good weapon, doesn't it?
Great block there by number 9. Looking to finish this one off.
Yeah, they're a bit of a 1-2 combo at the moment. Last 2 rallies.
2 pancakes That's what we call the move when the ball's just out in front of you, slide in, you chuck your hand under it, we call that a pancake. Rare for it to happen twice in a rally.
Yeah.
Another serve by number 5 here, Fele. Great pass.
Oh, and 2 hit on the set there. Jared Ferguson just not getting a clean contact. A little bit hard to see when you're watching from this end-on view, but obviously the referee calling there that he hasn't made a good connection on the ball, and you can see it didn't get out wide enough to where the hitter was, so as that one there has, but a late block there from the Samoan team.
Number 150.
And so the first beach tournament of the season, part of the Challenger Series, the domestic series, is next weekend at Mount Maunganui. Darryl, do you think you're going to be entering that, or are you going to give your body a bit of a week off?
We'll have to see. How the shoulder's feeling, personally.
And another big block.
Big block there. Number 9, Daniel Tulo. He's come up a lot in this end of the second set.
Yeah, he's getting some big blocks.
Big swings, big blocks. We're looking for him to have a big serve soon.
Yeah. So have you got yourself a partner for this upcoming beach season?
No, not yet. Still looking.
Yeah.
Focusing more on indoor this year. Looking to go find a contract next year overseas. So that's
cool.
my sole priority.
Yeah.
I will have to go at beach this year. Not too sure what the partnership will be.
Yep.
Maybe just chopping and changing for the first kind of half of the season and then locking down in the later half. Big serve there by Liam Anderson.
That gets the ace. It looks like the same substitution being made again, is it?
Yep. Set it back on, number 3. Say that one to me.
Tiafiti Simivanvini back onto set. So if you've played school volleyball but you haven't played club volleyball yet, the slight difference in the subbing rules here that each set, every player is only allowed to come onto the court once. So the setter there has been subbed off and he's allowed to be subbed back on, but now both him, number 3 and number 2 are not able to be subbed back in or subbed off in the set. So it's a bit more of a big call from a coach to make a substitution change, especially in a tight game. You know that you've only got that one opportunity to do it, where secondary school coaches can kind of take a bit of a gamble, throw someone in there, and they know that they can make that change 2 or 3 more times without exceeding your substitution limit. So it looks like the Hawke's Bay Samoan have made another timeout here. Underway, serving Alani Nicklin for the Harbour Raiders. They get a free ball. And there's maybe a net touch there, is that what that was?
Yeah, net touch.
Nick McCormick. A bit of faster tempo attack there by Nick McCormick. Running the B dead. getting the kill. Jared Ferguson going back to serve for Harbour Raiders, and it'll be set point here. He gets a nice off the pass error, so that is the end of the second set. And it is won by the Harbour Raiders. They will change ends with a 2-0 lead. Okay, and just displaying on the screen now is the Volleyball New Zealand website page. So as you can see there, we've got the results and the draw on the left-hand side of the screen. Down underneath that, we will be uploading some photos, and then you can see that we do currently have all 4 courts live streaming there on the centre. So if you do want to flip between games, you will see that we also have on men's court 3, we've got the South Auckland Orcas taking on the Pioneer Panthers from Christchurch. On court 1, we have got the Tauranga women's team taking on the East Coast Bays Thunder women's. And over on court 4,
we've got the Moa Warrior women playing the Pines.
All right, so yeah, the Mulwell women. This is probably their 3rd or 4th year in the national champions. After Mull men were leading the way for the club, which was a new club, and similar situation for the Pines, that the men have been running for about 5 years now, maybe 6-7 years, and the women's team making their debut for the Pines this year at Club National. So they may have some early nerves over there, taking on a very good Moa team.
Yeah, I think the Moa women's team's been undefeated so far in the end of the Northern Zone League.
Yeah, so they're definitely the #1 seeds, and feature the New Zealand women's captain, Stacey Niau.
Yep.
She's come back from playing, I believe, at the University of Illinois, or Illinois State University. I can never remember which is which, but she's yeah, obviously come back as a very well-rounded player. And back on court here, we can see the Raiders team making their way back out onto court. Looks like they're going for setter number 3, the one and only Simon Connolly.
Number 8 there, Simon Connolly.
I don't want to speak too soon. Maybe he'll be an outside hitter, maybe he'll be middle hitter, but a man of many talents. I'm sure we'll have him on the microphone at some stage during the week.
Simon Connolly's got some very magical fingers of his. He's a great setter, great passer, great hitter. If you put a block up there, he's going to tool you.
Yeah,
so he's got to bring to the Harbour Raiders team.
So he's one of the boys who's come out of the championship-winning Westlake Boys High School team from, geez, that'd be 7 or 8 years ago now.
Yeah, a while ago.
Along with Mania Harris.
Yep.
And Tom Hardles, currently the libero that's off the court. Kyle Smith, who you were talking was their 3rd libero who's not able to be here this week, was also in that team, I believe. And the set starts off there with a service error. It looks like maybe they've put that on the wrong... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, no, they've got that right. So 2-0 to the Harbour Raiders and 1-0 at the start of this 3rd set. Mania Harris back to serve.
Pass there, number 4. Great swing by Fitty, number 1. We're looking for number 9 of Hawke's Bay to take charge here, but we need the rest of the Hawke's Bay players to back him so he doesn't get tired, start making mistakes. Great serve there.
Yeah, Yes, and Manoa with an easy put away there, just a little tip over into some free space. So if you are wanting to know more about these players, in the Volleyball New Zealand app, which you can download from the App Store or the Google Play Store, just search Volleyball NZ. We have a teamless section in the tournament program, and currently both of these two teams have all their player numbers listed in the team list, so you can go through and find out who's who. Some of the teams didn't provide a player number because they weren't sure quite what number they were going to be wearing when they submitted their team lists, but we will do our best over the next day or two to update the team lists with the shirt numbers that they've provided, or we can observe during the tournament, and obviously that will provide a bit more detail for you guys and for us commentators if we don't know every player in the tournament. It will also mean that having a digital program in the app will mean that we can update that stuff, and if there is any information that comes to light or any stuff that you guys out there around New Zealand and around the world who are watching this, we can provide you up-to-the-date information via the push notification. And so I'll just put a question to our live stream guru here, Gareth. Will there be facilities to put the team list up on the court before the game starts? So we're getting a nod of the head from Gareth, so we may even be able to provide that facility when you're watching the game, that we might be able to have maybe the small team list running along the bottom. We'll do some work on that. That's what we're here to do, to hopefully make the experience a little bit better for you. And there is also a comment section on the live stream. Yeah, there's a live chat version. If you are watching on the live stream website rather than the YouTube channel, although there is probably that facility on the YouTube channel as well, that you can make a comment or a chat. So if you do have a question, or you have something like that you'd like to see or like to find out from the app, please go ahead and make a comment there. We're definitely wanting to make that better every opportunity we get.
Great serve there by Lee Manson. That corner pocket again. Oh, big block by Simon Connolly. Look for another one here. Oh, another pancake. Great set there by Simon Connolly, getting those magic fingers out there, using them well, finding Alani Nicklin on the 3 metre. Another sub here for Hawke's Bay, number 2 coming on for number 1 Fitzy. So we look like we've got an opposite sub here.
Yeah, Sam Liga, who came on to set in the second set, has moved into the opposite, so it'll be interesting to see if they start to run a backcourt setter rotation.
Got a score of 4-8 here in this third set. If Hawke's Bay want to stay in this, I'd say they need to get a couple of points pretty quickly, or else Harbour Raiders are going to take away with it again. Simon Connolly with a nice dump there.
Overcooks that one. Obviously, looks like Manoa Harris and Alani Nicklin have swapped positions now, that Manoa's gone to the passer-hitter role and Alani onto the opposite. So I'm sure Simon will claim that he was just setting that ball at a height that Alani would have been able to hit. Manoa just not quite getting up as high. There was a touch on that ball off the block of Simon Connolly. The Hawke's Bay Samoans take that point, and they're keeping it close here in the third set.
here for Hawke's Bay if they want to put this away. Oh. They're going to get a swing on this. No.
A little bit of miscommunication there from the Harbour Raiders.
So this is what Hawke's Bay are going to be looking for. If they want to win this set, keep with them, they got to get a couple of points ahead, put a bit of pressure on the Harbour Raiders. We might see some subs come back off and the Raiders get their big guns back on there. Good roll there by Harris.
So I think McCormick's gone into the middle of the set by the look of it as well, and Keenan Hodge just coming in front court. Harbour Raiders have traditionally been the team that's been knocked out in the semi-finals. Yes. I don't want to quote a number, but I think probably somewhere around about the last 4 or 5 years they've been in that 3rd and 4th playoff. So makes sense for them that they're able to rest some of their number one players for this first game, maybe keep them a little bit stronger, a little bit fresher when they get to that semi-final stage. I'm sure that's what they're thinking at this stage of the game. They do have an international player in their lineup who we haven't seen at the moment.
No.
I'm going to need to jump on the app again and check his name. I think it's Ryan. Ryan Meehan. So I believe, I don't know, do you know any information about him, Darren?
No, I've never ever heard of him.
Yeah, so I Googled him a few days ago and I saw that he played for Long Beach State University, which is the university that Rob Tarr, who is in the North Harbour volleyball setup, he played for them as well. So I'm picking that there's a bit of a connection there from their college days. He's got in touch and recruited him to come in. And the other US import that the Harbour Raiders have picked up this year is on the women's side. They've picked up a player by the name of Logan Tom, who's going to be playing for them, and they'll be hoping to try and defend their women's title that they won last year. No touch there as the ball gets scattered out the back from the backfoot attack.
Great set by Simon Connolly. Looks to put it over in some space.
Good put away there by Harris after a good block by Kenan Hodge.
Harbour Raiders starting to pull away here in this third set, 14-8.
That serve floats long for Simon. So Simon making the step up to the A team. He's been the B team setter for the last couple of seasons.
Yes.
A very good B team. They've been a Division 1 B team for the last couple of years. They've missed out on Div 1 this year, but obviously you can't keep a player like Simon Connolly down in Div 2, no. So they've promoted him to the A team.
Yep. Well, they've promoted him for this exact reason, keep the setters, the number one setters fresh. He'll be looking to push that number one setter, see if he can get into some big games, cause some havoc.
Yeah, well, Jack Redpath is very good setter, was away with your New Zealand team as well.
Yep.
But not the tallest player on the court, so I guess when it comes to blocking and that sort of thing, he needs to be expending a lot of energy to get up high every time he puts up a block. So some good thought here by the Raiders coaching to give him a bit of a rest as we see Thomas Reid walk past. I'm sure he's listening to our commentary on his earphones there.
Yeah. Expensive Beats by Dre headphones.
Yeah. He'd be running a pair of imitation Beats by Dre by thanks to AJ.
Yeah, thanks to AJ off AliExpress.
Yeah. That's definitely what I run these days. Bit of masking tape holding them together.
Yeah. Serve long there by number 7.
So in terms of your indoor ambitions, Daryl, you said that you're looking for a contract. What's on offer out there? I know that the likes of Sticky and Tame Malcolm sort of had a Middle Eastern contract. Is that kind of thing that you'd be looking at, European, Middle Eastern?
Personally, I think I'd rather stay away from the wars, and
yeah.
I'd probably want to go somewhere in Europe, stay away from America. I don't want to be with old Trumpo.
Yeah.
So well, I'm looking to go somewhere in Europe, just do one season, see what it's like, try and get a bit of money off it, and then see what happens from there.
And you've seen what the Asian Volleyball Confederation are looking to do next year, and the FIVB, that they've reduced the number of teams playing in the World League down to just a 16-team competition. It was up to a 32-team competition this year, but there'll also be a bigger opportunity for countries like New Zealand to play in the AVC Cup, which is, I guess, the World League equivalent. So hopefully the New Zealand men will get another chance next year to play a ABC competition, which would be great. I think in the World League, Australia, potentially Japan and Korea might be playing in the Men's World League. Then the next 6 best teams will be playing in the ABC Cup #1 league, and then there'll be an ABC Cup #2 league as well. So potentially New Zealand might be able to play in that, or it might scrape into the #1 league, as we see a attempted wipe off by the look of it, which is I think hit the roof. Interesting play, but yeah, so it'd be great to see the New Zealand men's team getting an opportunity to play international competition year in, year out, without having to rely on sort of qualifying or being in a in a league that's not suited to their current playing ability. As it looks like this match looks to be done and dusted here. It even looks like the duty team has already thrown the 3rd set onto the Harbour Raiders before it's happened. Obviously, it looks like is that Logan King doing the
old carrying the lad,
the scoreboard. I'll just give him grief about that. But yeah, for the Hawke's Bay Samoan boys, it might be a matter of building over this tournament. They're not obviously not going to probably win this game, but the way the competition works, they don't want to be in the bottom 2 playing off for a potential relegation spot. So they're going to take little victories here. Maybe focus on picking up some wins later in the tournament. Obviously, the #1 team was always going to be a harder task. So we see Liam Anderson back to serve. And a nice swing by Liam as well, but easily defended by the libero, but Manaya's managed to cut that one nicely on the 3-metre line and set up match point here.
Anderson looking for an ace here to finish the game. Great pass.
And a combo play for Mania Harris to kill the ball, and they wrap that match up 3-0, 25-13 in the third set. So thank you very much to Daryl Lewis for coming along and lending a hand on the commentary.
Cheers,
and
Tim.
we will be with you again later this afternoon. Well done to both teams, and thanks for tuning in.
Okay.